What's up, everybody? This is Hoser. A little update on my garden here, my wife's garden. Built two new planters. They're 3 feet tall. They are 6 by 3. It cost me maybe about 150 bucks to build. But they're pretty long, bigger than the ones that we have over here that I thought was gonna be about the same size. But I'm liking it. So far, we still have our lettuce. We've been eating it. Our cabbages are still there. Our bok choy bolted. Our peas, I think, are about done. Let's see. So, yeah, pretty much we're going to get ready to start planting our seeds for spring. This is March 13th. You can see our boysenberry plant over there starting to grow again. And our blueberries started flowering. So the hummingbirds going crazy. Let's see. Yeah, so our pak choy bolted. The peas, I think, are about done. That will be replaced with our tomato plants and everything. I let the pak choy bolt so that the flowers could come out and then the bees could come. Let's see what else. What else do we have, babe? That's about it for that. All right, well, let me bring you to the seeding station. Okay, so this is pretty much what we have planned to plant amongst the tomatoes. And we're going to do a little bit of experiment with some of these. But we got our cucumbers, we got our tomatoes, we got a few peppers because we're not going to grow that many peppers this year. Or I might do them on pots. It all depends. We also have this Queen of Melanolco tomatillo that we like to try. We got the idea from Urban Farmstead. He says they're really good, so we're going to try it. We also have the regular tomatillos, which we'll probably also plant. This time I'm going to do one plant per pot. Last year I did 3. They didn't do too well. Let's see what else. We got the squash, onions, got mustards, and the main thing is these new watermelons that we're gonna grow. We're gonna put those on the big ones here so they can have room to grow. And this one on the front doesn't get very much sunshine. So we're thinking maybe that's gonna be our lettuce and all the stuff that doesn't require too much sun because in the summer it's gonna get hot. And then we'll go from there. Tomorrow we're gonna get the dirt to fill it up. We're just gonna go to some gardening place and they're gonna do it for us. Let's see what else. Um, we're also gonna plant some flowers. This Japanese cucumber here, I bought it at Home Depot. I planted it. We liked it. I took some seeds off of it in 2020. Planted it again. Grew again very well, and we liked it. So it didn't cross pollinate, and now it's kind of cool. And we're also gonna try this one. We've been wanting to try this one for so long. I don't think we're gonna let them grow this long, but we want to try it. We did buy one plant last year, and the dog ate it. So this time I bought the seeds. And we also have flowers that we're gonna plant. A whole bunch of flowers that we're gonna plant. And that's about it for this. Now let me show you where I'm gonna go set it up. All right, so this is where I'm gonna put them this year. I have a table outside in the backyard. As you can see, that's where the seeds are. That's my wife. That's my garden bed over there. So we're gonna put them out here this time. I have heat mats from last year also because initially last year I did them in the garage. So I bought these last year, and they work pretty well. So this time, since it's March, it's not getting that cold anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and grow them out here, and then in the night, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the heat mats, and that way they can harden on their own. Maybe I'll cover them up with plastic in the beginning until they start to sprout, and then we'll go from there. Also, these wool cubes, I don't really use these. What happened is when I first started gardening, you look at every single YouTube video that's out there, and I was like, okay, let's try this. Never even tried it. Used just the dirt, and it worked fine. But I found them in my storage, so I figured let me use them. Why are they just there? So found them there. So now I'm gonna use these, and half of them will have these, half of them will just be dirt. Also have my old planters here. I'm gonna start with these. I think the lettuces, I'm gonna start with the small ones, which I don't like, but because I want to plant the lettuces faster, as soon as they start to come out, then I'll plant them, and maybe I'll put some wool cubes in here. Sorry for the wind; it's kind of windy. But for the most part, I like these. These are cool. They're about 3 inches, and then from here, I'll transfer them over to my solo cups that I got the idea from James Prigioni. All of my ideas are from YouTube, pretty much. So, anyways, I got tons of these. I'll just keep using these. I do like the ones that are like hard plastic. Um, I've seen them on YouTube also, uh, but they're like $50. They're super expensive for like 20. I know they'll last forever, but in the meantime, I have these, so might as well just use these first. When they wear out, then I'll maybe transfer, maybe, because I do like my solo cups. That work very well. And the solo cups are about this big, if not a little bigger, and I keep these also. I transplant. This was my tomato, but I keep the bigger ones. Oh, see, here's a solo cup right here. So these are my solo cups that I've used. I did some holes on the bottom with the soldering iron, and man, they're pretty sturdy. And they're pretty cheap. Just go to Costco, bought a whole bunch of them. Here's also another one that I kept. These things last forever too. So, anyways, these will be transplanted into this, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah. So now that I soaked these up, I'm gonna go ahead and start transferring them over. Put them on here. Plant the seeds. Label them. Okay. So before I start, forgot to mention my dirt. So I got some gift cards from. Oh, the plane. Hold on. So I got some gift cards from Walmart, and I went and I bought this potting mix. And then from there, I sifted it. I threw it in my tote here. Mixed it up with some worm castings. And then I forgot to show you my worm castings. Here's my perlite for my new dirt. So here's my new dirt for the worm castings. And then I'll show you the old one. So I can pick this up. So here's the old one. Oops. Bad idea. Okay, so here's the old one. See how the worms are having a good time. I still have coffee and all that good stuff. And then the bottom container catches all the liquid when I pour water in here. This time I decided to put the second tote, and then eventually this will get taken care of. I'll have them try to move up here or down, depending, we'll see. And then we'll go from there. So this has already been sifted. I already put a whole bunch of stuff. I put bedding down here on the bottom. And You could probably see some worms down here. Probably worms down there too, right? So they do travel. I'm happy about that. I just leave them in there. Let's put it back. And that's it. That's my worm casting. I sifted with that. This is spare wood from the new planters. Okay. And I threw, so anyways, I threw worm castings in there. I already have my fertilizer. I also have vermiculite. But I don't use the vermiculite in the dirt that I'm using right now because it's already been treated. So, or it's got all this stuff in there already. I don't want too much. And I think that's it for that. So now I'm going to start setting up the pods and then I'll show you guys how it is. Okay, so one thing I really don't like about these wool cube things is that it's a pain in the butt. Put the little tiny seeds like lettuce. I just barely did one. And yeah, it sucks. You kind of need to make a little hole here. So what I've been doing is just digging a hole and then getting the seeds and jamming them in there. So I get these, jam a hole in there, put the seeds, and then I cover it up. Stupid dog. Alright, so we're going to take a little side step. I'll show you my seedlings right now. Right now we're going to show you, it's already the next day. I didn't get to video the seedlings last night because I ran out of daylight. But the dirt's here. We went and bought, how much? Three cubic yards of planter bed soil. And we're not done yet. This is barely the first one. This is, so they brought us a yard and a half. My father-in-law brought us a yard and a half. And we just filled half of that one. And we're gonna fill half of that one already. And luckily we have wheelbarrows. I just bought one for my birthday. And let me show you where we have the dirt. I put it on the front when my father-in-law went to go get the rest. That's my mother, 75-year-old lady, shoveling dirt. And this is the dirt. And she's actually still working harder than my wife.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
So we're almost done here. And before my father-in-law gets here. And then we'll go from there. Just wanted to give you a little. Oh, now she's shoveling. This is the first time she starts shoveling. But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna finish off here and then wait for my father-in-law. Also, just an FYI, I know there's wood chips in here. So what I did is I got the old tomato dirt that I had in my pots and I threw it in here to make this new bed. And then I'll add new dirt to my new tomatoes. So basically a lot of the plants that I have that are running out of dirt, I fill them up with the old dirt that I had for the tomatoes. And then I use new dirt for my new tomatoes. And this coco coir was about $10 a block. The block is about maybe 6 inches thick. And it goes up to here. So I would say about 12 inches wide. And 12 by 12. I would say it's a 12 by 12 by 6 inches. $10 each. So you can see what that little cube did. Filled up almost that whole tray. No, it's just that little cube. So I'm going to go ahead and put it inside that bed. There you go. I filled it all up. Covered it all up. Threw some more water on it. Whatever drips will drip down to this side. I'll wait to down to the bottom. And then if I need to, I'll just pour it out. And that's it for this worm bin. Oh, I'm also going to cover these up with screen because I don't want the bugs and stuff to start flying in here. I had that problem last year. So we'll do that. And that's it for the worm bin. Okay, and finally the seeds. So they're under here. I put a piece of plastic under it, kind of create like a little dome, biodome, I guess, to keep the moisture in. Some of these already need to be watered, but it's been a couple days already. I haven't watered them yet. I do water from the bottom, and that's pretty much all my seeds here. So we planted probably a little 6-piece per vegetable that we're gonna do. Beets, this salad mix. It's just different types of lettuces. Who knows what we'll get on each one. Watermelons, cantaloupes, this hitchhiker one here, cantaloupe came when we bought the dirt last year. We let it grow. It was delicious. So I kept some seeds, and we're gonna try to grow them again. And then we get the 2 of the Queen of Melanalco, because the place that we bought the seeds from, which shall remain nameless, basically gave us 12, if not 14 seeds. It was very little. I won't be buying from them anymore. And my gardener, I think, still has the best seeds for your buck. It's just they didn't have this type of seed, or else I would have bought it from them. I got cucumbers, Japanese cucumber, zucchinis. We got the rest are tomatoes and bell peppers, some chilies, and the rest are tomatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, some spinach and squash that I want to try to plant in the shady box, which is going to be this one in the front towards you. That one gets the least amount of sun. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also some tomatoes back here that my father-in-law had growing. They were pretty good, so I took some. Unfortunately, I don't have room for it. So as you can see, some of these are already starting to sprout. That's a serrano chili, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, it's only been 2 days. So what I did is each one of these flats, I put them under a heating mat. I routed them to I have a outside plug on the other side of the wall over here. And then I put them on a strip with a timer. And as soon as it starts getting pretty cool, then I go ahead and I turn on the timer, which is about 6 o'clock. And then I let it run till about 9. Okay, well, I think that's about it for what we're doing today or this week, or the update for this month. Now it's time to clean up all this junk that I take out, and then I don't put it in no way right away. Oh, the wife and I like the square foot method, so I think it's easier to plant. Over here on this side, we didn't do the square foot method, and we did okay, but then not all the stuff that we grew. So lettuce is still there, strawberries are taking off, chamomile. So we're gonna replant the strawberries or add more dirt or something, and we'll see what's up. But anyways, we'll keep you guys posted. We've been planting flowers now, and the lilies are coming out, so keep you posted on what else we end up doing. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.